dear children of class 2. So children, how are you all? Many years ago, how people used to live? They used to live in the caves, right? When there's flood or lightning, they used to live in a cave. But gradually, as people started becoming more civilized, they started thinking how to make houses with different. So they started making. So today we are going to learn about houses around us. Fine? Houses around us. As we need food and water to live, we also need a house, right? So children, why do we need a house? We need a house to live. House protects us from bad weather, from thieves, from heat, wild animals, rain, cold. Fine? Now children, there are different kinds of houses. Kacha house and Pakka house. So what is Kacha house? We get to see these type of houses mostly in villages and also in towns and cities. They are not strong. They are temporary house. Such houses are made of straw, mud, wood or leaves. These are kacha houses. Why? Because when there's heavy rain and there's flood, these houses are washed away because they are not strong. That is why they are called kacha houses. Right? Now next is pakka houses. Now these houses are strong. Right? They are made up of bricks and cements. They are known as permanent houses. And these houses, as I told you, these are strong. And you'll find these houses in cities and towns. And now, even in village, you'll find these pakka houses. People also live in different types of houses like bungalows, huts, apartment buildings, duplex houses. Now children, we get to see different types of houses in small and large cities. So in small cities, mostly what you'll see? Strong houses and big houses like duplex, bungalows. Now bungalows are what? Independent house with small garden on lawn. Fine. And the building material used for these strong houses are what? Cement, bricks, right? And in large cities, people live in smaller houses. You know why? Because the building materials are very costly, right? Like cement, bricks, iron rods, these are very expensive. So they live in small houses. And in big cities, people live in tall buildings like skyscraper apartments. And a very few bungalows you get to see in these type of cities, or small or large cities. It's very difficult to get land and it is very costly. So children, when a person build his house, he has to think about various things, right? Like whether the house is for longer time or shorter period, to make a temporary or permanent house, right? And then how much money will it involve in making a house, and also the place where the house is being built, and the different materials that can be used for building a house, right? Now let us talk about houses around the world. So around the world you will see there are some hilly areas, there are some plain areas, right? So everywhere the houses doesn't remain the same. Like where there is lot of rain, lot of water. So for that there are different type of houses, right? So in hilly areas, we'll mostly see what type of houses? Houses with their sloping roof, okay? So that when there's lot of snow, the snow doesn't remain on the roof and it slopes down. Fine. Now children, look at this picture. This is houseboat. We get to see these type of houseboat in the lakes of Srinagar and in of Kerala, right? And you'll see the houseboat is a house on a boat, so that is why it is called houseboat. So this is one type of house. Now let's see the next one. You know, this is made of ice, snow and ice, and it is called what? Igloo. And people who live in igloos are called Eskimos. In some parts of Canada and Greenland, it snows round the year. So that is why people made houses out of these blocks of snow called igloos. Now children, look at this house. This is called stilt house. Okay. Such houses are built above the ground. Fine. You will find stilt houses in those areas where there is lot of water, heavy rainfall. And you will see such houses are made above the water, right? As you can see in the picture. Now next is tent. Now it is used by people who keep moving from one place to another. And they are called nomads. Fine? And also for soldiers, for campers. It is made up of canvas cloth. Canvas cloth, a thick cloth, right? And it is very easy to carry. Houses around us. Okay? We all need a house to live in. We live with a family in a house. Our house protects us from all kinds of dangers and keeps us safe. It keeps us warm during winter and cool during summer. It also gives us shelter when it rains or snows. Right? We need a house so that it protects us from dangers, from heat, from winter. Fine. Now, different kinds of houses. There are different kinds of houses. Kacha houses are made of straw, mud and wood. They are usually found in villages and have thatched roofs. What do you mean by thatched roofs? You see here, this is what kacha house. You will see these type of thatched roofs made of bamboos or leaves. Fine. These houses are not very strong. Now, pakka houses are strong houses made of bricks, cement, steel and stone. They last for a long time. Houses in towns and cities are usually pakka houses. People living in the plains live in houses such as huts, bungalows, apartment buildings, duplex houses and skyscrapers. In the hills, people build houses with sloping roofs. Right? Now you see a bungalow, apartment and skyscraper. People build different types of houses based on the following factors. The different building materials that can be used. The money one can spend on making the house. The place where the house is being built. And whether the house is needed for a short or long time. So these are the factors based on which people build their houses. Right? What are those? Building materials, money, place, short or long time that house is needed. Fine. Houses in small and large cities. Now, houses in small cities are usually big because land and the building materials used are cheaper. Bungalows and duplex houses are commonly found here. Where? In small cities, right? And in large cities, land and building materials cost more money. Therefore, people live in small homes. Most people live in skyscrapers and apartment buildings in big cities. Fewer bungalows can be found here. Why few, not more? Because in cities it is very difficult to get land, and also the building materials are very costly. Fine. Houses around the world. In different parts of the world, we can see different types of houses. In Kashmir, some people live in floating houses called houseboats. So you see here, houseboat, right? In some parts of Canada and Greenland, it snows round the year. People there live in houses built from the blocks of snow called igloos. So here you see a house called igloos built from blocks of snows, right? Now, in places with heavy rainfall, people build houses on stilts. These hold the house high above the ground to stop the rainwater from damaging it. So you see here, this is a stilt house. Fine. This is above the ground. So water flows down here and it doesn't enter the house. Now, there are some people who do not stay in one place. They are called nomads. They live in tents made of thick cloth, or you can say thick cloth, and these tents are made of canvas cloth. Okay, canvas are thick. These can be moved from place to place very easily. Fine. So children, we will do this. We will do up to tent. And children, we finish our class today. We'll meet again in the next video. Till then, bye children.